Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the Justkenshi channel. So, in today's video, I'm telling you guys the best stat build in Peroxide for each race. Now, stats are very important in Peroxide. Probably the most important thing other than your race in this game. Because if you have a bad stat build in this game, your progression and your life in Peroxide will be very painful. I'll just say that. But the game consists of 4 races at the current moment. We have the Fullbrers, Shinigami, Quincy's, and lastly the Aronars. Now, I'll be telling you guys the best stat for each race and breaking it down. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit the video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Trying to hit 25k subs, let's go. Also, join my Discord server in the description to this video. So yeah, let's jump into it. So first off, let's start off with the easiest one to talk about, which is the Shinigami. Now, Shinigami, in my personal opinion, I think Shinigami is better off as a spirit type build, even though yes, it has Hakuda and stuff. But in all honesty, if you go strength as a Shinigami early game, the strength skills are way worse than the spirit skill for Shinigami. In my personal opinion, I think that spirit is better for Shinigami because stuff like Shinten Raiho exists and Hado 91 and etc. Those are really good skills to have in the game. And the thing is that, like, you know, Shinigami for their strength skills, all they got is like Slash Barrage, like those type of weak skills, in my personal opinion. But then again, they have like some strong stuff like Lightning, which goes pretty well with strength. And you can do some crazy combos with Lightning and Hakuda. But at the end of the day, I just feel like Spirit is the better thing for Shinigami in this game. Now onto Aronar. Now I would say Aronar was like the best for Spirit. But with the introduction of Aronar Hakuda, I kind of changed my mind on that because Aronar Hakuda is really good and probably the best thing in this game for PvP at the current moment. Because if you go into ranked, you would see that everyone's running Aronar Hakuda because it's literally meta and it's literally really strong. And then again, stuff like Stark dual skill, stuff like Vessel is strength as well. And there's a lot of good strength abilities for the Aronar. So I would say strength is the best for them. Now, onto the other race we have is the Fullbringers. Now, Fullbringers is interesting because stuff like Midas exists, and Midas is spirit skilling, and Midas is probably the best Fullbringer in the game, but I won't argue with that. But I would say that Fullbringers as well is really good for strength because they have stuff like Dimension and Amazon, which are pretty good and they strength scale, and the thing for the Fullbringers is that their racial skills for strength are really good as well. They combo well into each other and it's really fun to use. So I'd probably say strength is for them as well. And for Quincy, lastly, what I would say is that Quincy has some really good clans that support the spirit-based side of the Quincy's. Now, Quincy's do have some interesting spirit abilities like Oasis and etc. Now, I would do say that for the Quincy's, I don't think the Quincy's have Hakuda. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they gave them Hakuda. But since Quincy's don't have Hakuda, I would also say that Spirit is best for them. But then again, stuff like Vermin and Odyssey exists, so I don't know. So basically, what I would say as well is that they have the best strength build in the game. Now, I may have said strength a lot in this video, but I know a lot of people probably have some crazy spirit build for these races. But in my personal opinion, I'm just going with the more easier build for them to make, because at the end of the day, strength is really good for grinding this game, because with strength you have increased M1s and increased damage on a lot of stuff. Even though spirit do buff your damage to do in like Resurrection, Shikai, Bankai, and etc., I would say that M1s are more important in this game than that. But hope you guys enjoy. Can you sign off? Tell me guys' thoughts about this in the comments below. Tell me which one you think is best for each race in the comments. You guys can argue it down there. Can you sign off? Love y'all and peace.